Okay, so I just want to put my thoughts out there on what I've been trying to do, which is, wholesale and real estate. And I'm just going to talk about my experiences, you know, what I've gone through over the last just a couple of days. I tried to start wholesaling about like 9 months ago, and, I had no success. I didn't have a mentor. I bought a course on it that didn't help me at all. Um, so I tried to pick it up a couple of days ago again, and I've been pretty diligent with it. So what I've been doing is I've been driving for dollars. I've been writing down addresses of what seem to be vacant homes um, in some pretty desirable zip codes uh, in the Tampa Bay area, and I've cold called those people, and you know I have spoken to no one who is like super motivated to sell, um, or I've not spoken to anybody who would, be open to selling the property that they already own. So I just don't know what I'm doing wrong. Maybe it's volume. Maybe I need to literally go through thousands and thousands and thousands of, you know, data in order to get one deal, which seems kind of crazy. I can totally see why there are people out there who make courses on how to do this but don't actually do it. You know, um, I think there's a lot of people out there, a lot of gurus that can tell you, hey, this is easy to do. Um, if you do the steps that I lay out for you in my course, you're gonna be successful. Honestly, it's bullshit. Okay, I think if you really want to get into real estate with like low to like no money down, I think that the only way that you could possibly do it is like trying to work with like local realtors in your area to try and like snap up some good deals for some investments for yourself. I think that's probably the best way to do it, because the way that like wholesaling gurus say or lay it out for you how it's supposed to go down is that you're supposed to get in contact with motivated sellers and then offer them a low price on whatever property they have, and then send them a contract, get them to sign it, take that um, to a buyer or market it out to like a buyer's list, and then um, match all those up and then take it to a title company to get your check. Sounds pretty simple, as far as like physically doing things. The cold calling does suck. But you could also, I guess, send mailers or text messages if you can or whatever. But from what I've seen and what I've experienced right out of the gate is like this is something that is not easy to do at all. If anybody tries to tell you that it's easy, or that you see those ads from those douchebags who are like, "Oh, flip houses from your phone and never talk to anybody," that's bullshit. Okay, it's just not going to be like that. What's going to happen is you will try to procure a list of like motivated sellers, and then you'll try to call them, and then they'll tell you to go to hell. They'll tell you they're not interested. Um, Depending how nice you are on the phone, you may get a nice conversation out of somebody that you never met before, which has happened to me. Like just earlier today, I spoke with a woman who I called that lead because I thought the house was vacant, and she was like, "Oh, how do I keep getting these calls? Like, how does my house even look vacant? Like the lawn is mowed," and she like defensive about it, right? And I was like, "Oh, my mistake," because I looked at it on, the internet on Zillow, and I mean, it's not in the best shape possible, but it could somebody could live there, fine. I'll give her that. But she, because I was nice on the phone, she opened up to me and she said that she had 10 properties that, none of them she's interested in selling at this point. And I said, the best thing I could do at that point was I said, hey, please take my contact information down. If there's, any time point in the future that you want to sell a property, please think of me. We had a nice conversation about, being in the military because I was in the Army. She was in the Army for like 28 years, she was telling me. So, we had that like kind of bond. But even at the end of the day, she wouldn't even tell me her name. So, I mean, I have her number. I have her in my like little CRM thing as like a follow up. In the future, maybe I'll call her like 6 months from now and be like, hey, we spoke on the phone like, a couple months ago, and just calling to check in on you, see how you're doing, and if you're open to selling any of those properties. So that's my 2 cents on, you know, what wholesaling has been like for me in just a few short days. So this is just like free upfront value to anybody that's looking to be like, okay, what is it really like for the average person who doesn't have any contacts or, um, any mentors or any like crazy, connections. So I hope it helps you in any way possible. I'm gonna put this up on YouTube just for the hell of it, for posterity purposes. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy that.